Hello, let's do Wordle number 1055 for May 9th, and I asked for 2 starting words related to a garden theme, and Ball2536 suggested green, for obvious reasons, and flows in place of flowers. Alright, nothing from flows, but we do have an RE, a singular E. We are not an ER word because this gray E tells us that the E is not fourth. So we could be an RE word though. Plenty of those. Let's see if we can think of one that still works. I'm tempted to guess padre, which I know is a Spanish word. I think there's probably something better though. Maybe we could just move that E somewhere else. Like we can just do like an ER here or something like that. What would we do? Like an ERA, or we could do like an AR. You could even do RE. We could do REA. Something should work. How about reach? That's pretty good. Guess to get some good letters, test the RE in a new spot. Alright, what we found is that there is an E second, and that the R does not go first. I wonder for like an ERRY, really. Fairy is gone, though. Mary, maybe? It'll at least help placed where the R goes, and I'm suspecting a Y at this point, so let's see. Alright, so I was right. It placed where the R goes, and there is a Y, so let's think about what this can be. I feel like we're running out of things it can be. Like, what goes between that R and Y? Probably not a U or an I. Can't be another E. I see derpy. I don't know if derpy? Derby would probably be a word. I don't know about derpy. That's a bit too, what's the word for that? Too casual? I don't know. It could be derby. Is there anything else? Let me just look at ERY again. Ooh, perky. It could be perky. So the problem is perky and derby do not share any letters with each other. So if I guessed, say, perky and the answer was derby, it would just be the gray PK, and I still wouldn't have very much confidence about derby. And I'm not sure, is there a TER or like an ERTY or ERVY? I feel like it would be URVY for like curvy or something, but I mean pervy might be a word, but I doubt it. All right, I think I am going to do a filler here because I am not confident that perky and derby are the only answers left. So DBPK, we want to use as many of these as we can. I feel like I should use as many as I can here, even though I do only need to use one of each. But on the other hand, I would like to get other consonants along with it in case it's neither. Well, let's think about what we could do. I feel like the K is going to be hard to use. Biped. Biped. We don't care about the E. It does test the I, which is kind of a nice extra, but it tests the B, P, and D. So if it's derby, we'll have the B and the D yellow. If it's perky, we'll have the P. Now, it doesn't rule out pervy, but I don't think pervy is going to be an answer. That doesn't seem right to me. Is there any other PER something Y that we're worried about is kind of my concern? Or if something like ERPY was a word, it doesn't tell us which slot the P goes in. It might be the best we've got, though. Jerky is another option. Perky or jerky. This will tell us if it's perky versus jerky in terms of, because I'm using the P there. So that's okay. We'll know perky versus jerky. We'll know if definitely know it's derby. I think if the P is yellow, I'll have to just trust that it's perky and not pervy or anything else like purdy or something. Okay, I think that's the best we've got. It's none of them. Oh, it's jerky. Ooh, phew. Good thing I did a filler. Jerky is tough. Anytime there's a J. Okay, well, I'm curious what the Wordlebot has to say about this. Did I miss anything? So let's go straight there. Green had the yellow RE, and we guessed flows, and it was all gray. So 43 answers left. What did I do? I don't remember. I did reach. That's pretty close to react, ratch. And react is actually a hard mode guess, which is interesting. But I did reach instead of react. So I got the H instead of the T. I can see why react is much better. What was the result? So the answer was jerky. So we just had these two yellow. No, it was the green E, sorry. Okay, so we had 8 probable answers after this. Berry, demure, derby, dairy, jerky, merit, merry, perky. So honestly, doing the ERRY was not a bad idea. There were 2 options there. I don't know what dairy is, though. I don't think I would have ever even thought to guess dairy. Okay, well, luckily it wasn't. I guessed Mary. We got this E, we got this R, we got this Y. And I figured out all 3 of them. Derby, jerky, perky. So it was actually, because it knows it's only these 3, there were 3 unlikelies. Kirky, purdy, and pervy. So pervy would have been accepted. So would purdy. But I was right in thinking that they're unlikely to be answers, so I think we were safe there. So far we haven't had any unlikely answers except for snafu. that stands out. But yeah, so in this case it's safe to just guess perky or jerky, because you might just get the answer right, and if you don't, it'll tell you whether it's the other one or derby, which is the standout. And so obviously my guess of biped narrowed it down. But we're still gonna have actually, because it was all gray except for this E, it was down to just jerky or kirky. I don't think I would even thought of ever guessing kirky in my life. Unless I was really forced to. So yeah, I did get it down to just jerky, which is nice. Now I did take a gamble technically, if we're thinking about unlikelies, but we usually don't, that the yellow P wouldn't have told us between perky, purdy, pervy. But actually purdy, no, because we did include the D, didn't we? Anyway, that's cool. So let's look at its regular solve, its non-hardwood solve. So we do react instead of reach, and we get the same result of yellow-green. And then we're down to 7 answers. Getting rid of that T seems pretty nice. And it would go with beard here. We know the E is second. So interestingly, beard is... We're reusing the A. So really, it's just trying to see if R is 4th. It's getting the B and the D. That's what it cares about. B for berry, D for demure, derby, dairy. See if it's one of those 3. And if no D, then it'll be jerky, merry, perky. And the B at the front will just get you berry. So that's why it's doing beard. It kind of splits everything in half. And it was jerky, so we get that. And so now we're down to just jerky and perky. And it would, alphabetically, it would win in 5, but it would get in 6. So actually, it doesn't do any better than I did. Even doing, although technically all of these guesses were hard mode, so I think hard mode's the same. Let's see. Hard mode is still react, but hard mode, now it's doing dairy. Interesting. Dairy or berry? I probably would go with berry here. I went with I was thinking about going with derby here, wasn't I? Or no, not at this point. I went with Mary. So Mary is almost as good as all these other choices. But it would, let's say it went with berry instead of Mary, because it thinks that's better. And we get that result, and we're down to jerky or perky. So again, 5 or 6. All right, really interesting word today, jerky. All right, well, let's spin the wheel of themes, see what tomorrow's theme will be. Looks like it's paneer, which is, if you haven't had paneer, it's a way of preparing cheese in an Indian cuisine. So that was suggested by Anirudh. So just leave a comment with 2 starting words related to paneer in some way. And of course, if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.